Hello everybody and welcome back. I am Tia from Nailed It Hawaii and I'm back for some more soap making. So I'm doing another cold process. I know it's super duper weird because I never ever do cold process. Well, the cold process is kind of like, it's not really cold. It's kind of more on the hot side just because I prefer if my soap's completely gel, and even though there's no insulation, so it's a warm cold process. But anywho, so these are my liquid oil. Well, all of my oils actually have been melted down and are in here. I just added in kaolin clay and colloidal oatmeal, and I'm going to give this a quick blend so that there's no little clumpies left. Okay, I've got to say it takes a lot longer to blend out all the clumpies in this much oil. But anyway, so I do have my lye water here on the side, and I put a little bit of titanium dioxide in there. So I'm just going to pour this into my liquid oils. I put titanium dioxide in my lye water because I'm going to be doing a cotton candy type soap today, and I name it Candy Clouds. And I do know that the fragrance oil is going to discolor just a touch, and so I kind of want to begin combating that with the titanium dioxide. Also, I'm going to do pink and blue because cotton candy, so duh. But I want it to be kind of a lighter pink and blue, not quite like super vibrant. So putting the titanium dioxide in to mute it just a touch. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this until it is emulsified, and I will bring you guys back. Okie dokie, so that is mixed up. I think it might be time for me to get a new stick blender because I'm feeling like mine has, or is reaching its last leg, which makes me super sad. Oh, by the way, look at my new measuring cup. It's all fancy and like super thick, and this is actually gonna be my first time trying it out, and I hope it goes well. But anyway, so yeah, my stick blender has lasted me quite some time. I actually have no frame of reference. I don't know how long they should last, but it's been, I'd say, almost 2 years, and I have made countless amounts of soap with this stick blender, and I feel like it's on its last leg, so perhaps it might be time to get me a new one soon. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my pink color in here, just a little bit, see how that gets us. And then my blue is going to go here. And then this one here, I'm going to put in some titanium dioxide. I should mix it first. But yeah, so on the topic of stick blenders, I'm thinking I would love to try out the Brambleberry one. So if any of you have tried it and like it, please let me know. This one is a Cuisine Art. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I think I am, but I could be wrong. Alright, so I'm just going to start out mixing my white. That is not white enough, just because, like I said, this fragrance oil is going to discolor a tad. So I'm going to put in more titanium dioxide. And the rest of my titanium dioxide I will have on standby for these two in case they need to be brightened up a little bit. That is much better. Okay, so I'm thinking my colors are ready. Whoop, whoop. So I'm waiting to add the fragrance oil to the absolute last because I do know that this fragrance oil is an accelerator. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add it in now. So it's an accelerator and a slight discolorator. Am I just making up that word, discolorator? No, I think that makes sense. But I do continue to use this fragrance oil because it is very popular. Because everybody loves cotton candy. Come on, let's be real. Although I wouldn't say like it's a spot on dupe of cotton candy because it's, I don't know, it's not quite as vanilla like, and it's a little more on the sugary side. Which, I mean, I understand that it's not as vanilla smelling as most cotton candy is, because this one there is 0% vanillin, which I love, if I may just say so myself. So that means it keeps the discoloring down to a minimal. I do have another cotton candy fragrance which I adore, like I adore, but the vanilla is super high. I think it's like I want to say it's 6%. So if I were to make soap with it, it would be brown, and I'm just not particularly a fan of it. So I do use that one to make like sugar scrubs and stuff, and I've noticed that it doesn't discolor in sugar scrubs, which is nice. But that's that. I think it's terrible that vanilla discolors things. It makes me so sad, because all the vanilla smells are the best ones, and they all discolor. But anywho, I'm just like blabbing on here while I'm mixing this. I'm going to not stick blend it, because like I said, this one does accelerate and I want to keep it as fluid for as long as possible. Hence why I did cold-ish process. I'm going to call it cold-ish process because like I said earlier, it's not super cold. I think my lye was probably around the 100, maybe 100, I would guess. So as you can see, my colors have changed a little bit, which I'm not particularly fond of. So it's taken on a more coral and greenish. So I'm trying to decide if I want to fix that, but then that would require stick blending. But I think I'm going to. Okay, bringing in a brand new container here. And I'm just gonna pour a little bit of each color right in there. Yeah, this is definitely not looking very cotton candy-ish, and it's a pretty color, but it's not cotton candy, which is what I was going for. I do recall having this issue in the past with this soap. But I'm hoping, perhaps, that when it gels, it'll bring the colors back just a little bit. That's the plan. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Oopsie. Because it must have, I would think, because the last time I made this soap, it was pink and blue. The yellowing of the fragrance oil did happen a little bit, but for the most part, it stayed pretty pink and blue. Alrighty, so I'm alternating the white. I'm doing kind of like a every other is white. So white's kind of more like just like an accent color versus my, I'm going to call it coral and turquoise, because that's what it is now, are more of the main colors. That was too much. Alrighty, so this container is pretty full, so I think I'm just gonna start pouring, and then once I get to the end, I will refill. But first, I gotta clean up this mess. Got my mold, and I got my giant soap thingy here. So I'm just gonna pour it in and hope that you can see. Let me just adjust real quick. Okay, so, and I'm pouring. Oh man, these colors are super gorgeous. Definitely not cotton candy, but super gorgeous together. My turquoise and coral combination. Okay, so that's in, and I'm just gonna continue my little pour thing going on here. So I'm gonna go back with my coral, then my turquoise. On the upside, if it does stay this coral and turquoise, it'll be different. It won't be your average cotton candy bar. Oopsie. I missed a little bit. back to pouring some more. And as you can probably see, it is accelerating quite a bit. It's not like soap on a rope yet, which is very nice. Okay, so now I think I'm just going to use the rest of this for the top. So I'm gonna scrape out everything else. Okay, and I'm pouring. I'm trying to not mix up the colors too much because I still want some definition. Okay, good news. I banged it down and it banged down quite nicely. I was worried it was going to be too clumpy, but it was good. Okay, so now I'm just going to take whatever is left from my white and just put it on top. You know, I feel like all of my best-selling soaps, the fragrance oils don't like me. They don't agree with the soaping process, and they either accelerate or rice or like separate, and you gotta fight to keep it together. But like I said, I love cotton candy, so I kind of feel like it's totally worth it. Yes, indeed. Okay, so white is in, and I did more banging. So I'm just going to swirl the top real quick. I've been playing with my swirls, and I kind of just do whatever now. I used to do the figure 8 all over, but I don't know. It's just fun to change things up a tad. Look at me, I'm actually doing the figure 8, but I am totally going to go in and change it up a little more. Because I don't want any super big clumpies of white if I can avoid it. And you know what? I've been trying my hardest to avoid putting glitter on all of my soaps, but I feel like cotton candy deserves glitter. It deserves the glitter love. So I am using, I believe this is the biodegradable glitter from Brambleberry, and it's like a holographic glitter, which is very pretty. I'm just gonna, I know this is not the right way to do this. Anytime I try to put glitter on this way, I end up getting giant clumps. So you'd think that I would learn, but I don't. Okay, so we got our holographic glitter on. Oh. What? Oh. That was terrible. Okay, damage control. Give me 1 second. And now it's like it never even happened. Okay. So now I'm going to, oh my god. New problem. The soap has plugged my spray hole. Okay. Oops. I'm going to be putting on the Super Sparkles Mica. This is from Nurture Soap. I like to put it on any soaps that I have white on the top as an accent, because it totally makes it just like shimmer so pretty and gorgeous. And there we go. So what started as a fun, colorful soap here, we are now getting, I'm getting kind of like a Victorian vibe almost from these colors. I could be totally wrong, but anywho, yeah, there we go. There is the cotton candy soap. Alrighty guys, and here is the close-up of the cotton candy clouds. We had a couple crises during the making of this soap, hopefully tomorrow it would look pretty and all be worth it. I will see you guys then. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. It is time for the cut of the cotton candy clouds, or is it candy clouds? No, I think it's cotton candy clouds. Still, I'm just gonna cut off a little sliver on the end here. Ooh, and look at that. It looks like my colors have morphed back to what they're supposed to be, which is awesome. So let's see here. Oh, that looks pretty. Definitely different from all the other soaps that I make that are kind of just like a drop swirl and then mixed around with my spatula. Then I don't know if you can see the biodegradable glitter on the top. It's actually the silver eco glitter from Brambleberry. That's what it was. I couldn't remember the name. And the writing on my jar had wiped off. It is freezing cold this morning, you guys. This morning it was 55 degrees, and I know a lot of you are like, please, come on, Tia, that's not cold. But to those that live here in Hawaii, 55 degrees is freezing. I did not want to get out of bed. I never sleep with like long pants on or sweats and socks, but last night I slept with my long pants slash sweat things and socks, and I even had like a big fluffy robe that I slept with on because it was that cold. Us people from Hawaii aren't used to super cold weather, so that was definitely different. Although I've got to say, honestly, I think I prefer cold weather to hot weather. That's for sure. Alrighty guys, and here are a couple of the different soaps that we cut through. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and if not, I will see you guys next time. Alright, bye!